guys, how's it going? I hope you're all doing well. Tonight is Do We Even Observe Actual Curve? Thank you everybody for being here tonight. I got actually a few guests on here, so I'm happy to announce some guests. Hey DP, how's it going? Cleary,
yeah,
No Tanks,
all
and
good, mate.
Shane St. Pierre all come in for a good of a chat. How you guys all doing?
Yeah,
What's going on,
all
man?
good.
Thanks for having
All
us.
good, man.
Yeah.
You
Glad
guys,
you could have us over tonight, Flatzoids.
I'm happy to have you guys here. Thank you all for coming. Yeah, guys, if you haven't already, 3DP does have a channel, and so does Cleary and Shane St. Pierre. They all got channels. We will stick the links in the chats for you guys if you want to go and subscribe. Definitely well worth it. I'm just going to quickly say hi to everybody in the chat. Thank you all for coming. Thank you to all my members. It's good to see all the patrons here and all the YouTube channel members. You guys all rock. Let's just have a moment of silence as we prepare the globe believers for their optical curve that they still believe is physical. Okay, that's enough. Hey guys, good to see you. Okay, I put
that moment,
Yeah.
that moment's silence was quite long enough.
maybe too long. Yeah. So yeah, Adam Eakin, good to see you. Lumpy Gas, Jess Palmer, Dan the Waterman. Yeah, I got a link in the for the live FE channel in the description. Do definitely go and check it out. So, is Earth even curving? Out of 54 votes, 64% say yes, no 31%, and not too sure 5%. So yeah, we definitely know there's a lot of globers in here. So welcome one and all. So yeah, let's get to it. Guys in the panel, is there such thing as physical curve?
No, optical horizon only, man. Doesn't everyone know this?
Yeah, and if there is physical curve, it should be measurable. Now, give
Yeah,
us a method and we'll go and do it.
yeah, exactly. And what's the methods they usually do to measure the so-called curves? I'm sure they use horizontal planes.
But you can't measure curvature from a horizontal plane. The best you can do is measure a slope.
That's the thing they have. That's why when they bring up zenith representative angles, they don't understand they have a horizontal baseline and they're simply measuring the slope below that horizontal baseline. You got inclines and declines based on horizontal. There's no curve to it. It's a slope angle. That's what they survey.
Absolutely right. Yeah.
It's as simple as that. So there, the stream's over, guys. Bye bye.
Yeah, good night. Thanks for popping in.
Yeah. Yeah. So I think we're gonna try. If you guys have anything you want to actually present, you're more than welcome to. Otherwise, we can just have a nice, calm conversation about how you guys even got to the arguments you have, and maybe explain your channels to anybody.
You said YouTube, right? I'm not allowed on YouTube anymore. I still gotta make my 28th account. Still on my BitChute skill though. Like I can't even comment on your live stream now. I tried. I couldn't even vote.
That sucks.
Right.
I know quite a few people that's actually support me that aren't allowed on YouTube anymore. You'll be surprised. You don't see this from the Globe side though, do you?
No. Most of the people I trust are at least banned one place right now.
Yeah, like me, I'm not allowed on Twitter.
Right, there you go. Somehow I'm still
Yeah.
surviving there, so go figure, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I did have a Twitter account, but I gave it up. It was just a pointless waste of time. It's just full of trolls.
Yeah, I mean, they kept me busy. I was with Jesse Kozlowski and the main server and all of them the whole time there. And from then I was just, no. It was a waste.
But it was like the most controlled social media though. You only ever see 20 people's posts and likes. It's ridiculous. They gate everyone together and like you have a little bit of opposition, but not too much, so you don't get too worked up, but you feel like you're being heard. It's a diabolical system, man, right? You get people with like 200,000 followers get like 10 likes. You're like, sounds like YouTube to me.
Yep. But I see a lot of people going over to BitChute now and Odyssey. I actually want to open an Odyssey account now as like a backup. I was thinking of
You
that.
should. It's a great backup.
Yeah.
Right. You can live stream there right away with no requirements. So you can just dual stream there, and also you can archive all your videos from here over there automatically.
Yeah, I'm thinking of doing that for sure. Because I actually opened a Twitch account a while back, but then I found out I'm not allowed to dual stream against with Twitch. So unfortunately I had to throw that away. I don't have time to live stream here and then live stream there again. That's not going to work. I have so little time as it is.
So you streaming from Twitter as well, Flatzoid, yeah?
No, only YouTube at the moment.
Only.
Yeah, I can't. When it comes to YouTube, you're not allowed to dual stream, unfortunately.
Okay.
Well.
Yeah, you can, right? If you're using, what is it, like Restream or something?
I got Restream, yeah. I can actually do it.
Right?
I can actually do it on Facebook as well.
Right.
But yeah,
Right,
at
but
the
then
moment
you can do multiple RMTP and OBS and get it anywhere else you want.
Yeah, just get a VPN and it should be sharp. Ooh, sorry, I'm getting hot shot today. I had the aircon on a bit earlier, but it's chowing the electricity, so I had to put it off. Yeah, it's good to see you guys. So yes, Earth Curve. It's just optical. I hope you guys realize that. Really simple stuff. DP actually brought me some images from the ball lover himself, Earth is Life. He's one of the most loved. He's one of the guys that I've realized loves the ball the most. I don't know if you've realized that. You've seen how when he does show himself on camera, how he hugs balls the whole time and kisses them. You did see that, DP?
Earth is Life, huh?
Yeah.
He got me into a secret debate. I didn't know he was gonna stream it. Anyway, I have a clip of me teaching him what a specular reflection is. If you want to watch that.
Yeah, that'll be great. Yeah, that'll be awesome. Yeah, that'll be awesome. But I got.
Like that video.
But yeah, this is one of his main arguments he always brings up. The observation through an auto level, and he says you see a 15-story building, the distance is 14.4 miles and the elevation is 11 inches, and he says, but look at that water in front, therefore it's Earth curve. He loves that argument, and he doesn't understand that it's not curving at all. They're simply just magnifying the limited angle there, and because you get nice refraction, as you can see, it just helps. I mean, if we actually go and look at this. Yeah.
How do you hold the contradicting opposing viewpoint that it's too big to see the curve, but also I can see it with my theodolite?
Exactly. They don't understand. When you look through a theodolite or auto level, whatever, it's an optical instrument. This lines on the actual scope is infinite. It stays in the same distance from your scope, no matter the distance you're looking at. Everything else that's out there in the distance, the further it goes away, the more in angular size it's changing. And then it's still got to account for all the optical phenomena like convergence and parallax and refraction and all that. They just ignore all this. I mean, like this picture on screen now, how big do you think those buildings are? Is those buildings really just what? A measly 180 feet? What's this, 1131? Is that what his level was to that building, which was supposedly 15 stories tall? Is that the actual height of the building, or is that an optical angular size?
No, according to him, that's the actual height of the building, isn't it?
Well, that is how the Earth curve math works. Doesn't take any angular size into account. It simply says at that distance, it doesn't matter what distance it is, it's always going to be the exact size.
So we take it that he's measuring rod. Bearing in mind that this is the guy who bought an auto level, right, but didn't buy the measuring rod to go with it because he didn't think he'd need it. He had to go back and get the measuring rod.
But also one thing he doesn't realize, look at those waves. Are the angles of the waves closer, larger than the angles of the waves in the background? And I mean, also if you had to move that measuring stick away, would the same angle measurement be different? It would be different because it changes with angular size. Even the measuring rod, we saw how much times when you look through the auto levels and the theodolite, when you move it away, the angles on the actual measuring stick get smaller. And that's why you get a different angular measurement reading.
There is no angles in an auto level.
Yeah.
Auto levels aren't designed to measure angles, so these are only distance measurements.
Yeah.
So there's no angles with an auto level, although they keep claiming that you can measure angles with an auto level because they claim that the Stadia hairs take up an angular space in the optics in the reticule. But it's not how the tools are designed to be used. They're distance measurement tools and height measurement tools. Height of the ground. You can work out the distance, how far away the measuring tool is by using the optics in the reticule, the Stadia hairs. So using the combination of the measuring rod and the Stadia hairs, you can work out the distance of the measuring rod from the auto level, and obviously the measuring rod gives you a height off of the ground. Now, there is no angular measurement in an auto level. They're not designed to do that.
They just calculate them. They just calculate them in afterwards. That's why they use the WGS84, because they calculate the angles.
Well, when you stick to the auto level and what an auto level can do, it can't measure angles. End of story. It is not designed to measure angles. So what they do with the measurements after they're taken is anybody's guess. If they want to add some magic numbers and do a little bit of hocus pocus, and there you go, there's your globe. That's what they do essentially.
But remember when we were on those days of Twitter with Jesse Kolowski and stuff, and we actually asked him, what's the maximum distance which you would actually use your auto level and things because of the accuracy? And I'm sure he said around 200 meters. So why do these guys do kilometers away? I mean, that would
even 200 meters is pushing it. They're designed to work within 100 meters.
Yep, exactly. Because I actually had looked to him the other day. You should actually ask him. He said I was lying when there was actually citations showing that the maximum accuracy is 200 meters. I can't seem to find it. But
I can't remember if it was last summer or the summer before. I spent some time with Bev up in Blackpool and Southport on the beach there. And we actually tested this. We took the auto level to the beach, and Bev walked out.
I actually got footage if you want to watch it. I still got that footage. I still got that footage. I just didn't share it on YouTube. It's there under private.
Yeah, and we established that once you get to 100 meters, which is what they claim the optimal distance, or what they say you should keep your measurements within, let's put it that way. Once you get to 100 meters, it starts getting impossible to read the measurements, the increments on the measuring rod. And that's with a 32 times scope, which is the best scope that you can get in an auto level. It's the most magnification. So if you're using the best available telescope or scoped eyepiece at 100 meters, and you can't read those measurements anymore on the measuring pole, then that is the optical limit of that tool.
Yeah, I think that's the key word here. It's optical, and everything in optical has a limitation to it. And I think the globe defenders totally ignore that, and they don't see that everything optical has limitation. That's why you get them strawmanning us like, oh, but you should see the sun no matter where it is on Earth, if it's a flat Earth, you understand? Because they don't get everything is limits.
Yeah. Right, that word is ridiculous. How come, we got that the other day when we had after the McToon debate, they were like, how come the sun doesn't always illuminate everything? And you're like, why would that ever be the case? What is wrong with you?
It's like saying, okay, I can see someone smoking a cigarette 10 kilometers away. Hello?
They were screaming, where does the sun go? I was like, I can tell you, right? It's one word. Away. It goes away from you.
Exactly.
Yeah, absolutely. It goes away.
Away.
Away where? Away, where does it go to?
Yeah, because he's probably going to bring that up where it's going to say, oh, but according to his flat Earth measurements, it can only be 10 degrees at this lowest point on the so-called flat Earth. So in other words, he conceded he could use flat Earth to do his measurements. So he did say it's impossible to do it all with a flat Earth. He made his calculations based off of a flat Earth, which debunks him, and then he's making a claim for the height. I love how he used orthographic view with ignoring perspective though, so that to me is really exciting.
Yeah, that one makes me giggle all the time when they conflate orthographic and perspective views, and they assume that what you see as an orthographic representation is what you would see as a either isometric or perspective view.
Mm-hmm.
And it just doesn't work like that.
But that's why I asked him all the time. Okay, how did you take anything into account? Let's just take convergence for instance. He couldn't even tell me how to take convergence into account because he couldn't. He just told me no, that's all. It takes perspective into account. That's it. I'm actually got this on screen now with what we did with Bev. I got 3 videos. Got 3 videos.
All right, okay.
I think this one's going to be the best one to play.
Yeah, I have got your YouTube stream up. So, how much lag have you got?
I think it's 60 seconds. I'm not sure.
Oh, is it?
I'm not sure.
Okay,
I'll try and set it to the minimum it can go on. Just want to say.
Okay. I just added to your poll, by the way.
Okay, sure. Thanks. Hey, it's growing quite good now. 91 votes. Only 59% say yes, or Earth curve is curve. Hey guys, good to see everybody that's just joined. Really do appreciate you being here. Got some people in the Discord, DP and Shane St. Pierre, and well, Cleary was here, and No Tanks. So yeah, we're all just chatting about some not curve.
Curve, not curve.
What is a curve? I don't know what a curve is. Oh, no.
Hey, something I found jarring when I've been hanging out with 24/7 when I just started on Discord was they try to hit people with the black swan before even differentiating between a physical horizon and optical horizon, right? People had no idea, and then they just got talked over, like not like over, but like talked over their heads, and then they left being confused, going, "Yeah, it's about as stupid as I thought." Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. But I don't think they really understand what we mean when we say black swan, because they still keep thinking, okay, I'm going to show you what I say is Earth curve, therefore your black swan is ridiculous. I don't think they understand when they do that what it means.
Yeah, they just said debunked, and then it went away. I think that's how that works.
Yeah, that's about. They just put the word debunk there, and they think that's it, job done. But don't actually address the argument.
Yeah. Okay, I think I'm going to try and download this roller, because it doesn't seem to want to buff. So I'm going to download it.
Alright.
Yeah.
I'm just looking for an image that explains exactly what I was trying to say about the measuring rod.
Okay.
And the distance measurement. So bear with me a second. Just
no stress.
Got to scroll through some other rubbish to try and find it.
Yeah, I just want to say thank you to everybody that's here again. If you guys haven't already, just hit that like button and the share so we can get it out to a greater audience. Definitely Earth curve is not real, guys. Okay, I'm just downloading the video quickly. Yeah?
I think it also has to do with the way your eye sees, because obviously what you see is kind of projected into your eyes, and the back of your eyes is obviously curved.
Yeah, that's also true.
So you're seeing what essentially is Euclidean 3 space, which is what we know we live in, but is projected onto a curved surface, being the back of your eyes.
Yeah, so, I mean that's why. Yeah, it's inverted, and then just puts it to, because I mean we live in a three-dimensional reality, so obviously everything has to be translated to a flat two-dimensional image of sorts, you could say. So I think that's how the compression actually works to it. Okay, I got the video working now on, because I downloaded it.
Okay.
But you guys can see how Bev is well under the study hairs. I mean, is he literally under it? No. It's just because his shit shrinks in the distance. When he was closer, he was above it. And it was level where he was walking. It was not, it wasn't curved or anything.
But I mean, we were on the beach, so to say that the beach is level, because that implies that it's
not
kind of flat
100%,
and
yeah.
level. There were like undulations in the sand, but essentially it's all at the same elevation.
Yeah. Yeah, well, if you go on Google Earth, you'll see that elevation is exactly shown as the same elevation. Yeah, because we were literally trying to say putting his hand under the water. But you see, the thing is, guys, you're going to see how he gets later on, where it's the so-called he's getting blocked by the curve, but the horizon is still behind him. That's the whole point of this.
If you equate this to what Beeble is showing in his pictures, right, then at that distance, whatever Bev is away, I mean, we can kind of work out that Bev is a fair distance away there, using the stadium hairs. I think that rod's 5 meters when it's fully extended like that. And so what Beeble's saying is that Bev is essentially as tall as those buildings in his pictures.
Exactly.
So what are you saying, Beeble?
He ignores the... Check there, yeah, look there. Look how far it is away. This is where he does his dance, I think. Almost. I mean, look at that thing. He's holding it high up. It's simply just that his angular size changed. That Stadia head stayed exactly the same because it is infinitely the same, because that Stadia head is not optical. Everything in the everything that's further out in the plane is optical. But that Stadia head stays exactly the same, infinite, no matter the distance you're looking at.
And they're saying that horizontal is projected infinitely far as well.
Which is rubbish.
Kind of. Well, you know, if you want to do it geometrically.
Yeah, but that's ignoring.
Geometrically, you need.
Yeah, but that's ignoring the reality, because, like I said, we're looking 3 dimensions. That's why that only works 2-dimensionally. That line is only 2-dimensional. Everything else is 3-dimensional, so it ignores the plane.
Yeah, and also if you want to talk geometrically, you need 2 points to form that plane. Well, you've only got 1 point in that Stadia hair.
Yep.
You know, and like you say, everything else optically is reduced, compressed, has got optical effects happening to it due to atmospheric conditions, which we all know about. So to even suggest that those Stadia hairs project a horizontal plane infinitely far that relates to everything that you're seeing in that eyepiece is just ridiculous. It is a ridiculous claim to make.
That's insane. I mean, even look at this. It's got a so-called curve to it because of the lens. So why is it curving and that line is straight? This is the same thing that was with Mr. Sensible's so-called mage. They don't get it. Those lines that he had, those strings, were the same distance no matter how high they were. The higher they went up, the further they pushed the field of view out, the more even a non-angled lens is still going to give a distortion because you're looking out further in the view. Simple as that. I mean, the higher you go up, the less atmo you have to look through, the less light can disperse, therefore you get so-called light gradient that also causes it to give that optical curve.
Yeah.
That's why I laugh when they say mage.
Then you get the argument that what is it? The rectilinear lens has no distortion,
which is rubbish. Every single lens in existence gives distortion. Every
Absolutely.
because it gives refraction. I mean, it doesn't matter how perfect that lens is, it's going to give refraction, and that's what gives distortion.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, the further you have field of view, the more you're pushing it out, the greater that distortion is.
Yeah.
So people like Jesse Gordon are pretty much gloopers because they own theodolites. I mean, this is way better than my previous theory that was a conspiracy theory that all theodolites were mischievous devices that only showed Earth curve. You guys put a lot more light on it than that.
Yeah, well, you got people like Larry Scott who claim that there's a curvature on-off switch with auto levels, not auto levels, sorry, theodolites. And what's the other? Total stations as well.
Oh yeah.
Have a curvature on-off switch.
What type of Owen's asking what type of refraction? Easy. Snell's law refraction. The only one you can have refraction to, light refraction. Not like these guys with terrestrial refraction, because their terrestrial refraction isn't refraction though. If you actually look at terrestrial refraction, they just change the shape of the Earth. They change the radius. They're flattening it out instead of bending the light.
Which is kind of where I think with your eyes, the optics of your eyes, there's a ratio that works with the ratio of the 1.22 that they like to say about the what was it, 1.22 times the observer's height in feet?
Yeah, the square root of the observer's feet, yeah.
Yeah, there's a ratio within your eyes as well that also has that 1.22.
Yeah, that's the Rayleigh criterion.
Yeah. So there is kind of a conflict there.
Yeah, you see the thing is when they actually worked out that 1.22 to the horizon, there's 7/6, you could say. It's because of the height of eye. So they taking the optical limitations based on diffraction and then using it for the Earth curve. So they're literally just hijacking the limitations of your eyes. That's why when you have a telescope you can see further, because there's less, because you've changed the angle, because it goes on the diameter of the aperture. That's what changes. So if you got a different so the larger the focal length and stuff, the bit further you can see. Now obviously you got limits to that as well. That's why when you raise in elevation you can see even further, because your angle is not acute anymore. You're growing that angle because you're pushing it out further. Now they are taking that and saying, oh, it's because of Earth, you're seeing around the curve. No, while they're ignoring, if it was a ball, things would be falling away from you and eventually be going under your feet that you can't see it anymore, even the higher you go up. This does not happen. I mean, it's simple optics. It's literally just you have a field of vision, you got a limitation to that vision, and it's based on angles. If the angle is too acute, you cannot differentiate between the two angles. That's why when you're standing at the ocean's floor always has the larger angle. When a boat goes away, it's getting smaller. The bottom of the boat has the smallest angle to your eye compared to the sea. So when it gets to the diffraction limit, the sea's which one is going to be optically superior? It's going to be the large angle, which is the sea. So that's why you see it go bottom up obstruction, because it simply diffracts into the large angle. Yeah.
And I think it's a tragedy that they've taken like every common day things that you see, any observation, and they've made you think and warp your mind that that's because you live on a ball. It's like the most dangerous thing that they've done to us, right?
Well, that's what indoctrination does.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, I was taught this in school, therefore it has to be true. Who are you to go against consensus?
You know better than scientists? Well, some of them, yeah.
How many times have we heard that? You know better than the scientists.
Yeah, but it would help if the scientists actually had science to bring. I mean, it's different if you bring pseudoscience and claims, I mean, look at today. I'm not saying the pseudoscience didn't help with a lot of physics to that stuff, but it still doesn't need the gravity to function. It's literally just placed in the equation. Like
That's
it
the
was,
best part.
yeah, like I was saying earlier. Let's take Archimedes for instance. Archimedes' principle with buoyancy or whatever is just displacement. It came years and years and years before gravity was even a twinkling of an eye. Boats functioned before then, before the use of gravity even in the equations. Why now all of a sudden you say it requires gravity if it could function before gravity was even thought up? It's a contradiction. I mean, look at like Galileo with the type of telescopes they had. I mean, that's when they worked out the Earth curve can only be 3 miles away. But look at the type of scopes they had compared to today. Today it's much more, we can do much more magnification thanks to the focal lengths and stuff. Obviously we're still limited to what we can do, but I mean, yeah, the technology has definitely improved.
Yeah. Marched on leaps and bounds. Mm-hmm. And they're saying like the horizon on a flat Earth would be infinitely far away. You would be able to see an infinite horizon. That is just absolute bullshit.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Why can I see Mount Everest from my backyard?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm supposed to see Mirages from my backyard, guys.
Yeah. Good luck with that one.
Yeah, I'm supposed to see through all the bush, all the mountains in my way. I'm supposed to see through all the trees in my way. That's the one thing they don't get. Why do you get sunsets? Simple. Because it actually gets occulted by the topography as it gets away in the distance. It's as simple as that. Something that's close is going to have a large angular size.
Right, but then over water it appears to dip below the horizon. That's the part that tricks a lot of people too.
Mm-hmm. But over the water, it's got a much larger distance it's traveling down though.
Right.
So
it's literally going farther away from you where you can only see the top of it, right?
Yeah, I mean,
I'm pretty confident if you could zoom in and bring that back, we'd make like 5 new flat earthers, including McToon, FTFE, Negator, and a couple others agreed to that.
They've actually done that a few times though, but do you know what the globe's excuse is to that? It's just the refracted sun you're seeing. It's not the actual position of the sun. Because they say 10 minutes off, they say it's actually 10 minutes or 5 minutes or something, the sun, while you still see it, it's already actually gone down. You're seeing the refracted sun. That's the argument.
Alright, if I could jump in just real quick.
Hey Travis, how's it going?
Hey. I don't know if you saw the interview that I published yesterday with the PhD that I've got a good relationship with still, where I showed him this Fata Morgana, which is a subset of the superior mirage. Well, the superior mirage is a superior mirage because the Earth is a globe.
Ah.
They have interpreted the mirage phenomenon as being the effect of the globe. So the issue that we're talking about with refraction, like you just said in terms of they're begging the question for refraction in the sun, is that they're already working under the auspices that the Earth is a globe. So then they have to then create an environment or a model where then what they see fits within that. So they're already begging the question. It's the same thing with the superior mirage is my point. My point is that they're looking at something that is not a superior mirage. It's not. It's actually an inferior mirage. They've just misinterpreted the data. And I actually walked him through this yesterday. And whether or not he, didn't challenge me or just simply took that information in, I take that as a win. Because I'm breaking down to him the fact that his model is broken. I showed him explicit that this cannot be a superior mirage. And if it can't be a superior mirage, then every other instance where you think you're looking at a superior mirage, it's now out the window. It's gone.
Yeah. That's true. They ignore that it's actually a horizontal plane. That's their whole issue. because they don't see it going over the horizontal. They simply see it as it has to be curving away, so they layer it upwards, you could say.
Well, think about this. The other day on Geo's, B-Ball read the definition of a mirage, and it happens over a flat surface. That's what he fucking read.
Yeah. I was there when he was stumbling and stuttering on that one, wasn't he?
Yeah, you've got a mirage that has to have a flat surface in order to be a mirage.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you're proving more than you can even handle. You stop saying that, because that's proving more than you want it to, and you don't even know it.
Yeah. But yeah, they don't see their contradictions when they actually bring this stuff up. I mean, look like Andrew Thomas Young. He literally says in his paper, it's based on a flat plane. But because it's a globe, it has to be a globe. Literally, he says that.
Yeah.
If you ever drill Matthew Learns down on any given subject tight enough, he always comes to, well, it's because I choose to believe the Earth's a globe. And I'm like, that's the most honest answer I've ever gotten. You know, just one day take those globe-shaped glasses off and you'll see the world the way it is, like we do.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, absolutely. Flatzoid, I've just posted that graphic in the live stream commentary there, the one that I was saying about
Oh,
when
yeah,
we
yeah.
went to the beach and we actually tested the optics of the auto level, and there is a reason that they say that you can only use it within 100 meters, and there you go.
Yeah.
At 100 meters, it is difficult to read the increments on the
because
measuring stick.
yeah, because they have to. They have their how can I put that? Because they have their. Oh, I'm trying to think of the name. Margin of error. Because the margin of error becomes so fine after 100 meters, it's not accurate enough to read. This is what I was trying to explain to McToon, because I actually had on my laptop, I had actually citations that they said it's only maximum to 200 meters. But since I've been looking for it now, I can't find it on the internet anymore. Now he says I'm lying.
Where did you say? I'm sorry. Where did you say you put that?
Live stream comment in Discord, you'll see it there. But you see, now he says I'm lying just because I can't find the citation anymore. But how much times have we seen, literally, when you talk about something and you go look for it, it's either changed or taken off? It's like...
Yeah.
We've seen this time and time
found
again.
that with the definition, the Wikipedia definition for a water level. Sorry, I went there and it read as it did, that it doesn't need a line of sight and it establishes a horizontal plane and all that. And then I went back, I don't know, 3 weeks, a month later, and it changed. They changed the definition, and they've changed it again since then.
Yeah, I mean, we had. We actually started coming up with this when we were. I remember I was still fresh on FED, a few years back, when we were talking about that Louis Picard and with upturned edges and stuff. It was still with red pill philosophy, I understand. And he actually caught it out. He's like, he downloaded it, and the next day he wanted to go and look at it again, and he saw the wording was totally changed after he had a debate with one of the Globers.
Yeah.
And this is what they do.
I firmly believe that we are leading them in the argument. Whatever we argue about, they have to put up a kind of a counter defensive to, or and by changing these definitions and altering the things on the internet, that's how they get round the things that we say.
Exactly.
Right? They've done it before. Well, the definition of level, and I think the V word and pandemic, I think, might have got changed in the last 2 years. Isn't that funny?
Well, Merriam-Webster recently added straight after no place higher or lower follows Earth curve. Literally contradicting what I just said, like in the same sentence. It's like, is the Earth not supposed to be a geoid? Is it not a spheroid with different undulations? Yeah.
Hey DP, did you hear my interview with the land surveyor?
Yeah, I did. I listened to that, Travis. Yeah, he was very non-committal. Let's say he didn't want to. Go on.
No, I was really frustrated from the very beginning because I felt like he couldn't even answer. It was like he was forced to answer according to the state coordinate GPS bullshit, right? Like
Yeah.
I was like, what is level? He's like, well, that's really hard. I really can't. I mean, that's really difficult. I'm like, what the fuck, man? Are you serious?
Yeah,
Like,
but
what are you talking about?
he did concede though. He said the state plane. He has to do everything to the state plane. The state is a plane. So he gave you your answer in the first couple of minutes.
Yeah. As soon as they say
You know,
the word
whatever-
plane, they're already conceding.
Whatever he says from that, he was just saying what he had to say to comfort himself, I think, in the end.
Well, I don't. I think I said it in that interview. If not, it was from another one. But I was trying to say, like, okay, look, what about when you were like beginning? Because he said he's been in the business for 40 plus years, and he's like, well, we don't do that anymore. I'm like, great, take me back to when you did. He's like, well, we just don't do that anymore. I'm like, yeah, but when you didn't, how did you figure this shit out? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. And he didn't want to take that trip back in time with you either, did he?
No.
You would have thought.
End,
Go on.
at the end, I said, okay, look, isn't it possible that they've never measured the curvature and that it's a mathematical expression? Did you catch what happened at the very end?
It's all in the maths.
He said, yes, you're right.
Yeah, absolutely. And that is absolutely right. It is all in the maths. There is no measured curvature. You cannot measure curvature. You can't measure the curvature of a ball the size they claim we live on, standing on the outside of that ball using only Euclidean geometry. It's impossible.
Yeah, I mean, they got their horizontal base that they made, their elevation angle. Then they simply measure the decline or the incline. It's a slope angle measurement. That's all they do from that horizontal.
Mhm.
So if it's below the horizontal, that's the decline slope. If it's above, it's an incline slope. Now, what the geodetic surveyors do is they take that data and they use the WGS84 in its ellipsoid. How can I put it? Consideration for an ellipsoid, and therefore they just say, okay, these slopes puzzled together now mean it is curving. That's all it is. It's just based on a belief. They measure it flat and then take it and say it's curved.
Yeah, well, they do the calculation, don't they?
Mm-hmm.
They have a calculation that they have to add.
Yeah, that's
and it's all in the maths.
all in the maths. And
Yeah,
maths,
I mean, like Travis always asks me a question about projecting a line from one end of England to the other with its ups and downs and, you know, mountains and valleys. You take into account the topography. Now, would the end point and the start point be on the same plane? Well, yeah, they would. If you're taking it at sea level, they would be on the same plane.
Atlas 63555 says wrong, flat, so they are measuring the angles. No, they do not measure angles with auto level. He thinks they're measuring angles, DP.
Well, with an auto level,
Yeah.
no. Auto levels don't measure angles.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, happy to see Professor Phil Bell's in your chat. Hi, Phil.
Yeah, he's
Yeah, I
always in
saw
there.
him as well.
Yeah, he's always in here. It's good to see everybody in the chat again. Thank you for all being here. You guys rock. I see the trolls are keeping them busy there.
Yeah.
Wow, this I'm getting hot. They are measuring zenith angles.
Oh God, not that one. Jesus. That is such an old argument.
You see, these are the guys.
Zenith angles.
These guys are the only ones that are parroting what they hear from people like McToon. They don't understand. We actually debated actual surveyors on this nonsense for years. It's like, really.
Well, they claim to be surveyors. If you mean
Oh yeah,
YouTube
claimed. Yeah,
surveyors.
yeah, claimed.
Yeah, then,
YouTube survey.
yeah, they're nothing more. They're just entertainment surveyors. They're not real surveyors. They can't be.
Yeah. Yeah, because I mean, if you actually an actual surveyor and you have to go and say claim you measured curve, and your employer finds out about that, you're going to have some explaining to do, because they're going to tell you straight there's no such thing as measuring curve, only slope angles.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I've got a thing at the moment. I don't know whether you've caught the presentations I've done. I've done it a couple of times. Done it once over at Geo. Shout out to Geo, Earth Awakenings over there. Good little Discord server. Always a hotbed of hot topics of conversation. And also did it out on Shane's Discord as well, and he put it out for us. So shout out to Shane on that one. And I'd like to come here and put it forward to your viewers as well, if you don't mind, Flatzoid.
Yeah, 100%. Please do.
But the presentation I'm essentially doing is a method for measuring, because they claim that the level line is the surface of standing water. So going by their model, the level line being the surface of surface of standing water should curve away from the observer at a given rate in any direction. Now what I want to do is construct and project a horizontal plane over the course of 1 mile, and then measure down from that horizontal plane to the surface of the water. So if you do it at the start point, which for them would be kind of the apex of their ball, if you like, would be the top center of the ball, and then you project that plane for 1 mile, then according to their model, the surface of standing water would drop 8 inches. I'm using 8 inches as I know that gives you a parabola if you project that out even further, but for the first 1,000 miles, that is an accurate number to work with.
Yeah.
So you project it out over that mile, and the surface of the water should be 8 inches below that horizontal plane. Now, that's not a difficult measurement to make. And essentially my presentation is asking how do we construct and project this horizontal plane to measure down to the water. And now they're saying that you can't project a horizontal plane.
Yeah, really odd stuff.
Yeah, so essentially they're saying that surveyors can't do their jobs because surveyors do this day in, day out. They construct and project horizontal planes. And the arguments they're coming back with are just pointless. They're just worthless arguments.
I just want to quickly make a shout out. Thank you, Tony Whitcomb, for your £10 super chat. Well, really, thank you. Just believe in the globe, even if you can't show it in reality. Yeah, that's actually what it boils down to. That's why they always contradict each other with everything, because they just have a belief that goes against all rational thinking. Simple as that.
Yeah.
Measuring flatness, parallelism, and perpendicularly on a surface plate. Wow, that's quite cool. So that means flat. Do you think that's going to be curved there?
No. No. Don't think so.
Yeah, so yeah, if you do, have you got any have you actually done any of the modeling yet you wanted to do on Blender?
Yeah, we've started. We've got a few countries modelled out. I must admit, other things have come to the fore, and the modelling's taken not a backseat, but just haven't had time to get stuck into the modelling the way I was before. And Hammer was giving us a hand with that as well, and he's got other things going on at the minute. But you know, it's something that we can pick up as and when we've got time. We've got a few countries modelled out, and we're looking to add details to those. I mean, we've got the UK modelled out, so we can now add a kind of the features to that model. So like the railway infrastructure, the canal infrastructure, motorway infrastructure, even going down to like the power line networks, and this kind of thing. So we've got the models ready there to add the infrastructure and the details to. But like I say, at the moment, other things have come to the fore. So, but we are working on it.
Yeah, it just takes a
slowly,
lot of time though. I don't think people realize how long this modeling process takes. It takes a lot of time.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's the whole point of that's the whole point of the response to their "Where's your model?" Like, do you realize how long this is going to take? Like, you didn't even make the model that you espouse.
Yeah, and what model do they actually? They have so many different models. They don't actually have one model.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I had this with Zeptepi earlier in a text chat, that he was saying that no map, no model, and I'm like, well, hang on a minute, you've got thousands of models, but none of those work. They don't gel together in one all-inclusive model. They can model different elements of their belief system, if you like, but those different elements can't be put together in one cohesive model. Yeah, I mean, and as for the maps, all maps are flat.
Exactly.
Every single map you will ever come across is flat.
Yeah. I mean, they don't understand it's two-dimensional. A map doesn't take any curve into account. I mean, if we had to take the same standard as them, then we can just go and say, okay, I'm going to create a map just for this quadrant or just for this quadrant, and have 4 or 5 different maps and just say, yeah, we just use them separately, therefore there's no distortions. We can do that, can we? Then they can't actually moan because that's how their standards are as well. They have thousands of maps and they all distort because they want to keep them as a whole.
Yeah, well, I mean, you saying that though, the UK is, I don't know if it's unique in this, but we have a grid reference system, which was in place well before the GS84 or any of these other globe modelling projection systems, right? And our grid reference system is the Ordnance Survey. So every part of the UK is divided up into ever decreasing grids.
Yeah.
So if you get a complete set of maps for the UK in this grid reference system, in the Ordnance Survey grid reference system, they will sellotape together. You can stick them all together and you will make a smaller scale model of the UK.
Yeah, that's quite cool.
And there won't be any distortion in it because it is all a grid reference system.
Yeah, but that's what I said. You can have. That's what I said. We can have the same. We can just do the same type of thing if we really wanted to. We can just have sections with different quadrants and just say, see, we got let's say 50 separate maps. They all are accurate within each other. So if we take them as a whole, there we have our accurate model, because that's how they're working at the moment.
Yep.
And the difference is they have had how much hundreds of years to model theirs out, and how much unlimited funds. Where do we get these funds and the time to be able to do what they got? I mean, it's like taking, let's say, into comparison, a team with 5 people, and they are in competition to a team that's been around for 100 years with thousands of people, and you expect them to do the same amount of work in a very short time span.
Yeah.
That's practically all it is.
I just had a thought with that sellotaping all the maps together, actually, that if that was actually done, then it would give you a true representation of countries' size and distance from each other, and then that would have to be distorted to wrap it on a ball, which would distort the size of the continent.
Yeah, because I don't think that it's distortions is because it's from a globe to ball. I think there's distortions because they're trying to make it fit for a globe, not coming from a globe. That's the whole issue. That's why when you saw I brought that magnetic declination up the other day, which makes sense why they would need the magnetic declination, because they have to actually compute for the actual path you need to take because it's not curved.
Right, but even the Gleason's map warps all southern continents, right? Because they got the globular longitudinal lines.
Yeah, but you see, the Gleason's map is based on azimuthal projection. So it's based on a flat circular plane, but it's perspective based because it's based on looking at the stars and the positions. That's how they got their azimuthal projection. Now, unfortunately, you get people like McToon that thinks, no, it's globe projection just because it says projection, but he doesn't understand, no, azimuthal is flat, not globe. It's actually very funny.
Is that the one that's the two-part? There's the northern projection and the southern projection.
Yeah.
No.
No.
Is it really?
I want to look at something. I'm not sure if it's got the two parts.
Because there is one that they use and they say, well, this is your map, this is what you... It's the one that B-Ball always uses for his flight times or distances.
Yeah, I've never seen the northern southern projections. I've only ever seen the map, right? That shows the equator and both tropic lines. I don't know what the hell. This northern and southern projection. That must be what they need to warp southern flights to work on the globe, because otherwise they got nothing.
There you go. I've just posted the southern projection into the chat.
The one with Antarctica. That's so cute.
Yeah. So I wonder why they're saying that the flight distances don't work when they're not even using the right projection. I mean, if we were to use this projection, the southern projection map, and then question them about the flight distances and times in the northern hemisphere, so it would be the outside rim, according to the map that I've just posted, none of the flight times and distances would work. So surely when they talk about the southern flight times and distances, they should use the southern projection of that map to be more accurate.
Yeah.
So people, if you're listening, you're using the wrong map, mate.
Whoa.
Dude, I can't even get over this southern projection. This is a flat Earth map with Antarctica. They're using this for what? This is the goofiest
No,
thing I've ever seen.
it's not a flat Earth map though. See, that's the thing. It's
It's the bottom half of a globe made flat, dude.
absolutely, and the other part, the northern projection, is the northern. It is looking at it from the north pole, the globe, and making it flat.
It's so goofy. That's what they must have had to done to make the southern flight paths make any sense, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, I've got your YouTube up as well. Sorry, Shane. Smooth transitions there.
Yeah, very nice.
That's what,
I'm digging your skills, man.
yeah.
Glad you guys are. I'm trying.
Yeah, sorry, Shane. I didn't mean to talk on you there.
It's all good. Oh yeah. So on a globe, no southern flight going to another southern point. You need to cross the equator. Yet many do. Right. That's the biggest one. I love when they try to use flight paths. I'm like, no, those work for us, not for you. Maybe you're confused. Hold on. And B-Ball's like the biggest culprit of that, isn't he?
Yeah. Yeah, and half of them don't even realise that the arguments they're putting out, if they actually thought about what they're saying, if they stopped and broke the sentences down and thought about the words they're saying, they're not helping themselves at all.
Mm-mm.
Right.
It's crazy.
I actually want to get myself a high resolution of this Gleason map and print it out sometime. Just to actually study it more.
Yeah, I think I have the big one on my wall. I mean, it works for most things, right? Like, when we had Kool-Aid on the show, Kool-Aid, the guy who thinks he sailed around the globe, one of my older friends, Patricia, has his map, and she, like, took it down, measured it, and gave him the exact mileage of the race that he thought he went around the globe just on the flat map. I was like, damn. Love having smart people in my house.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it's actually very interesting. But yeah, maps is very not my forte though.
Yeah.
It's very
Yeah, I'm with you there, Flatzoid. Yeah.
Sorry, got another super chat from Tony Whitcomb, another £10. Thank you very much. Ask the ballots why there are 0 planes or satellites on Google Earth. Did they all take the day off of the photo or image? Yeah, that's a good one, Tony. like you guys, I don't know if you watched that where they showed Lucy or whatever, supposedly taking a slingshot around Earth.
Lucy?
Yeah,
What's Lucy?
it's a so-called satellite.
Okay.
Had to come back around Earth and get close enough to take a slingshot around it to push it out further. But the thing is, Lucy apparently took a photograph of Earth again, a full-sized photograph. In that photograph, you cannot see one satellite again, you cannot see the ISS, you cannot see anything, not planes, nothing. How is that possible?
It's not a photograph.
Yeah, exactly. I'm actually going to be doing something on that soon. I think it'll be
I'll do
fun.
you one better, right? Someone, I think Tim found a picture of the star trails from the ISS, right, and just presented it to a glober as if, WTF, man, right? If all star trails are formed by Earth rotating, how are we getting the same star trails from space? It's one of the funny things I want to see.
Yeah, I saw that. That was on a live stream, was it? From the claimed ISS? Yeah.
Yep. Like, that doesn't make any sense. They're like, well, no, star trails are from your perspective, and they started to like warp space-time around you, and I'm like, listen,
You guys saw
that's enough, thanks.
You guys saw Dude,
Yeah.
you saw Dude Perfect went up on Blue Origins recently into so-called space.
Not into
Dude
rocket
Perfect.
launches, but yeah, go on.
I saw it this morning. I think I just want to quickly show you something there. What I think why this is so funny actually. I'm just gonna quickly look at. Fine, you guys can talk about yourself while I look for it quickly. It was hilarious.
I see they were trying to launch another one today, but it got scrubbed.
Yeah, I don't think when it comes to Artemis, it's ever going to launch though.
Oh, is this the one that's supposed to be going back to the moon or something?
No, this one was Blue Origin. You know the dildo-shaped rocket.
Oh, right, yeah.
Oh, that one, wait, aren't they all?
Is that the one that's designed to intercept Virgin?
Yeah, it's Virgin. No, the what's that guy from Bezos? Okay, I got it on screen now. Okay, I might have to download it again. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, don't worry.
I don't know why. Every time I have a live stream, YouTube doesn't want to. It just buffs with me. But as soon as my live stream is over, YouTube is perfect. Or sometimes it's perfect for the first half an hour or something, and then all of a sudden it just buffers. It doesn't want to do anything. Even if I put it to 144p, I check my internet speed, everything is perfect as well. Alan Nordstrand, thank you for $5 US. Wow, thank you very much. I've never seen anyone navigate from a globe. Exactly, because I always navigate from an equatorial plane. Equatorial plane debunks the globe, guys. It means it's a flat horizontal plane to the celestial sphere, which is based on field of view. Very simple stuff. Okay, sorry. YouTube. YouTube downloader. Just gonna quickly download it. But yeah, I saw some very contradictory things in this video that made me question, are they really going up there? And then I want to show you the curve on there. That's what I was thinking about this, which is really funny. Because it's supposedly showing the curve through the windows. Goes to space. There we go. Download. Am I still alive? Dead quiet.
How high do they say you have to be to see the curve now? You notice every time we meet an observation, it always was higher than that.
Apparently now you just have to go above the Kármán line, which is what, like 100 k's. But the ISS cannot see the perfect curve at 400 over 400 k's. But they can see it at 100 k's, guys.
No, hang on. I thought people saw it at the beach.
Oh yeah, I forgot. You can see curve at 3 miles away only when it's the day you can see it, because it keeps changing.
Yeah.
It's very selective. But yeah, Dude Perfect apparently went up. One of the brothers of Dude Perfect. And he's like, oh, I saw the curve, but I want to show you a few contradictions in that video. That just doesn't make sense to me. Okay, open.
I see you have the troll of trolls in your YouTube chat there. Shout out M Stone.
M Stone, hey,
Yeah, you
welcome. Yeah, I unbanned him today. Haven't seen him in a while. I thought, oh, let me unban a few trolls. Give them a second chance, you know. Give them a second chance.
He's old. He's old school. He is old school troll, that one. I've seen him over at Geo's a couple of times. He popped into that Flat Earth a few times. But nothing of consequence to say.
Okay. I just want to show you. You guys can see my screen, right? Simulation just to get shot up in a rocket. You simply just have to take your your seatbelt off so you can actually harness, so you can float and then just climb back in it before it supposedly falls back to Earth. So look at this. Look at that pronounced curve. But look how it changes now as he changes the angle of the camera. Flattening out, flattening out. Oh wow. You see, look in the camera, it goes there because of the shape of the window. You know, the same like you get with the airplanes. Check, now it's pronouncing it even more. It's all the shape. That's flat again. And you can see they're just falling because the ball is not floating, it's going up to the ceiling.
Those all the satellites that I see back there.
But now I want to say with this ball that's going up.
Look at them.
But I'm going to say with this ball that's going up, when they show us on the ISS, do the thing which keeps to the laws of physics because they're falling. It's just falling with them, just it's much less denser than the air around it, so it falls at a lower velocity. So that's why it went up. Why do they show the ISS something falling at exactly the same velocity with them the whole time? I mean, this is really possible to be falling like they're putting it, but there's just so much things that just make it not as they say it's supposed to be. Let's put it that way. I mean, let's take, for instance, a blackbird, or even a blackbird. I mean, what are those planes that fly over 70,000 feet? They have to literally wear special suits because of the compression.
SR-71,
the SR-71 Blackbird. Where are these guys' special compression suits? And I mean, that is the technology. You're telling me, is this padded technology so much better than the SR-71's technology? I mean, you guys seen what happens when a SR-71 goes up? What a guy has to wear. It's actually insane. He has to look like an astronaut.
That's true, because they're reaching speeds that the SR-71 is claimed to fly at, isn't it? How fast did they reach in their ascent?
I'm not really sure. I didn't check. But check. I got on screen. This is what a pilot. He looks like a SR-71. He looks like a astronaut. He literally has to wear a spacesuit because of the compression.
It's a pressure suit.
It's a pressure suit,
because they have to keep the blood pressure up, so they keep an external force, the pressure force on the pilot, to stop him from passing out.
Yeah.
So you would have thought that these guys, with the thrust and the sudden upward movement, they would need that pressure suit as well.
That's what I'm saying. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Why?
No, it doesn't.
So it's just these little small things that just don't make sense to me. And then, you know how easy it is to use that simulation that they have it to do this. They could easily just have put this whole capsule onto the comet and gone up and down to give the same so-called rockets to give them, and just
would have been easy.
Green screened those. How can I put it? Images on the windows.
When he dropped the ping pong ball, it went up.
Exactly.
That's because they're descending.
Yeah, it's falling. Exactly.
Yeah.
So he's not floating, he's falling. That's usually what happens. But yeah, like I said, now the people are going to say, as you can see, I can see the curve. I didn't see any curve, I just simply saw the windows showing the distortions. Because it's how it's made. It's the same, that's why you get people that are very ignorant when they fly on an aeroplane. And they say, oh, but I can see curve from the airplane. You cannot see curve from an airplane. It's simply just the windows distorting it.
Right, those people are like closet flat earthers. I brought a couple of them over. No, I've seen it from an airplane. I'm like, okay, let me show you 45 times where that isn't the case. Did you really see it from an airplane? Right.
Yeah, I mean the structure of an airplane's windows is the reason why you see it. It's different layers, and it's actually curved for the strength. So it's like wearing a curved glasses with different layers.
Yeah, I just think they put it there so it looks curved. That's what I honestly believe.
Mm-hmm.
Regardless of the other scientific benefits they say it has. I'm like, nah, that's so people see Earth curve.
You'll claim to see Earth curve.
Mm.
Right. Or see apparent Earth curve.
Yeah, which, as we all know, has never been measured.
Nope. So what else are we gonna chat about, guys? 50 people in chat. Brilliant. Thank you guys all for being here. It's good to see you. I see the polls have actually evened out quite well. 161 votes. Is the Earth even curving? Yes, 54%, no, 40%, and not so sure, 6%. I like that, not so sure, because that means there's people open to actually knowing there might be something wrong.
Absolutely.
That's what I put that in for. I love that. And 6% out of 141 for 62 votes is actually quite a good amount. So that's at least what, 6 or 7 people that are skeptic.
And they're the people that we're talking to, really. We're not talking to the ones that think they know.
Exactly.
Because what they know, what they think they know, is just a belief system that's structured around false assumptions and things that can't be proven.
Yeah. Exactly.
So the ones that we are actually talking to now is that 6%, because they are the ones that are critically thinking about the things that they are listening to, the things they're seeing. So that 6%, if you're out there, jump into a Discord server, come and have a chat. You're the ones we're talking to, not the other ones. They're too deep in their belief system. Yeah,
we're more than happy just to talk to you. Like I said, we are really open to everybody. I don't take any, we respect everybody's opinions, and we're not going to ridicule you or anything. We simply here just to give you guys the truth. That's it. It's for you guys to take it.
Ridicule comes off a lot from one side in this debate.
Yes, and misrepresentations. You guys realize how much they misrepresent people? It's like crazy. They go out their way.
Yeah.
Right? Pancake in space. Come on now. No one did that.
Who pushes
Flying
the
space
pancake?
pizza. Well, is that what you think? Yeah, if that's what you think it is, then go ahead.
That's
right,
what,
no wonder why we get questions to where does the sun go? How come I can't see Mount Everest from my back?
when you fall off the edge.
Right, space pizza.
Yeah, when you fall off the edge. It's like, what? I mean, this is why we get people like, not a Professor Dave telling us, oh, but you see, when you put gravity, how do you explain gravity on a flat Earth? We're not supposed to explain gravity on a flat Earth because gravity is only exclusive to the globe. It's got nothing to do with the flat Earth.
We go right around that fake force because it doesn't exist. We don't need it to describe how anything works in reality. What's your excuse?
And then he uses the acceleration of the space pizza in space because he uses Flat Earth Society, a controlled opposition model. It's like really...
Yeah, isn't that from Flat Earth Society accelerating upward at 9 point? Give me a break. Dude.
Exactly. I mean, if you read that already, you think, what the hell? They literally created that to scare people off from the Flat Earth. That's it.
But in reality, the truth is much more simple and elegant, right? You don't need confounding mathematics and gravity. No, it's easy.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Occam's razor, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, but thank you guys for coming. I really do enjoy this chat. It's actually nice just having a chat now and then.
Yeah, it's kind of heated debates all the time.
Yeah. Thanks for balancing it out for you, bringing me in here.
Yeah, it's great having you guys. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, I'm supposed to have Brian's Logic on tomorrow night. I think I might have to move him to Tuesday because this loading schedules has changed again. So I'm going to have to ask him, can you rather make it Tuesday evening? And then Thursday is going to be great because so far it looks like I'm having Russian vids on. RV Truth. So that's going to be quite cool. I'm excited about that.
Yeah.
You should come over to us on Tuesday where 3DP is going to be Making a fool out of McClown too.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna. You must just send me the time though.
Oh, it's a late one. It's going to be like 3 o'clock in the morning for you, Flatzoid.
Which
It's
usually is with him.
2
Yeah.
a.m. on Wednesday for me.
Oh man, yeah,
Nice.
yeah.
Right.
Then it's gonna be like. Yeah, then it's gonna be like 4 a.m. by me. I usually get up at 5. So
Get up
maybe
an
I'll
hour
just
early and
I'll
watch
just
the
catch
walk.
some of it.
Yeah.
I'll catch some of it while I'm getting ready for work.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Definitely.
Yeah, we should be well deep into it by then.
Right? He's already in my DMs asking me if you're gonna adhere to his pre-prescribed model. Do you want me to just not say anything? And hope
Am I
for sure?
going to adhere to his predisposed model? Is that-
Yeah, ask him. Ask
So
him.
he's got a deposition of a model. Yeah, I'd agree to that.
You must actually ask him. Has he figured out the flask conundrum yet? Because I sent him that. Remember on the live stream, I showed him a flask with different elevation angles, apparent altitude angles, and distances, so he can figure out the actual height. Yeah, he still hasn't actually given me the results for that yet. So you must actually ask him, has he figured it out yet? Because it's
Oh,
supposed
right,
to be.
yeah, I saw you that you had the 3 flasks lined up. Was it with a toy car as well?
No, it was
Is
just
it that one?
no, it's just a normal flask, and I used the theodolite app to take the angular measurements from 3 different points, distances on a flat surface, and I want to see if he can work it out using his so-called perspective orthographic nonsense thing he uses. But now he's asking me what's the height of the camera, but what has that got to do with his orthography? I thought he doesn't need to put that stuff when it comes to his perspective. So I find it odd. He's asking me for so many things. It's like he can't figure it out. So that sort of tells me he kind of back engineers when he does his thing, like like the trailer he worked out. He didn't actually work that the triangle out as he says. He must probably just measured it first and then tried to do a back engineer triangle too. Say he measured it.
Sounds like him.
Because with distance, things get obscured because of perspective. That's why it's an apparent altitude angle measurement and not an actual altitude angle. That's the whole point of this whole thing. So him just trying to do this is him actually conceding it's apparent and not actual. So it destroys his whole straw man argument of having the distance as an actual height for the sun. But we'll get there. It's just giving the seeds and watering it a bit, give it time with these guys.
Yeah. I mean, nurturing. It will grow in them. That seed of doubt will grow in them. Mind you, with people like Tune, I don't think it ever will. I mean, did you catch Ruhif the other day? He said he'd rather be mad than consider the option of the Earth being flat.
Yeah, that sums it up.
Yeah.
Yep.
He'd rather be insane than have that happen.
Yeah.
Because to him, if it was proven that the ball doesn't exist, which I think is proven every day that there is no ball, to him it would mean that he's been insane thinking that he lived on a ball. So he would rather be insane than be given the option that the Earth is flat.
Yeah.
Wrapped his ego identity all up in that, didn't he?
Absolutely.
An
did.
undying belief. Yeah, I mean, if he peer review with that other video I was talking about earlier, also he states in one of the parts there where he wants us to look at a part of a video he did a while back. He wants us to give an answer for it, and then straight after that says, I'm not even going to look at your response to that, and I don't actually care what your response is to that.
Also
It's
sounds
like,
him.
what the hell?
Yeah. Yeah, you've got to do this, this, and this, but I'm not going to do anything once you've done that, that, and that.
And that's
Still a ball
unfortunate.
you lose.
And the sad thing is, I get that same type of responses with most of the Globers that come on here. They don't watch my content, but they want to comment on my content. It's like, I asked them, okay, they did say something based on it, that I said, okay, I did answer it. And they say, yeah, but I didn't watch it. And I'm like, why are you giving me a comment on it? No, but I'm not here to actually comment, to watch your content. It's like, but then
Right.
why are you commenting on it? How can you give criticism on something you haven't watched?
I call them title trollers, right?
Yeah.
They just look at a title and just start spouting off a bunch of shit without watching 1 second of it. I get them all the time.
Exactly. And that's the honesty of these guys.
Now you're here to tell me how much you didn't like it. Thanks so much.
Yeah, guys, because you will see a lot of my videos, they post things, guys, 2.5 hours of nonsense, don't even bother watching it. And I go and ask, okay, which part don't you agree with? All of it.
You watch 2 hours of it.
Yeah,
So
I
funny.
said, then I asked, okay, which part of it? No, all of it. Okay, can you just give me at least one timestamp? No, I didn't really watch it. It's like, okay, you tell
See,
me.
now I don't believe it. Now I think you watched it all.
Exactly.
Yeah. It is like that, isn't it?
Oh, man. Wow, I'm actually getting out. So that was actually a good show. I think we can end it here. I really do
Cool.
appreciate you guys coming on. Thank you
No
very,
worries.
very much.
Yeah, I'm just going to give Shane's server a quick plug here.
Yes, please do. And yours.
Tuesday evening, Shane will be hosting. Thank you for hosting, Shane. It's me and the Hammer, and we'll be taking on MC Toon and that other bloke. I can never remember his name.
Jesse Gordon.
Jesse Gordon, that's the one. Don't know how it's going to be structured as yet, but there's a couple of days we can sort all that out. So,
Gonna be fun.
quick plug there, Shane.
Thanks, man.
No worries.
I'm trying to.
Yeah, honestly, dude, like, there aren't a lot of people who still step up against that clown. Just because I did it in the dark my first time, and you'll do it now. A lot of people talk big, and they don't want to. So if anyone wants to take a crack at them, they can come to our server, and we can arrange it for them. Put that out in the public, right?
Mm-hmm.
Definitely.
Absolutely.
Um,
Absolutely. Yeah, thanks for having us over, Flatzoids. It's been a lovely little chat. Interesting Sunday evening. And yeah, thanks for being
I appreciate you guys
great
coming.
host.
You guys really did an awesome job. Thank you. It made my stream much easier. It's good to actually have some people talking and stuff. Sometimes it gets a bit lonely if you have to talk with yourself.
Yeah, I can understand that.
A 2-hour stream by yourself with no planning, huh? Flex.
Yeah, usually I do at least plan a bit. But I mean, sometimes I find myself, oh, it's been an hour, I've gone through everything, now what do I do? Because I at least want to do about an hour and a half show, you know, to make it decent.
Yeah.
PJ,
How long have we been going now?
since 8:30 till 10, so an hour and a half.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, PJ Cruikshank, £5. The panel were ace tonight, so were you too, Flats. Oh, thanks, PJ, and I'm sure the other guys are very happy.
Yeah, thanks. Was that TJ, yeah?
PJ Cruikshank.
PJ, nice one.
Yeah, he usually comes and chats on, which is really great. I promised, guys, Face Reality is going to premiere video after this, so I'll put in the link for his channel in the description, in the live chat. Do go after the show as well if you want to, just to go watch his premiere. He really does some great editing. I don't know if you've watched some of his videos. He's still quite new though. He doesn't have that much videos yet, but I think he's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Only got 150 subscribers, but he's relatively good views. 525 views for 2 weeks ago on such a small channel is very good. And he does. He takes time to edit his videos well. I like it. So I'm definitely shouting out his channel.
I've just subbed to him, so Face Reality. Check out This Flat Earth on YouTube.
Awesome.
Got some videos up.
Yeah, and you
like,
guys,
subscribe.
do you guys have your links you can set in there as well for everybody?
Yeah, I'll just grab one for our.
Yeah, I just can't put it on YouTube.
Yeah, you can
Right,
give it
like
to.
a comment.
You can actually put it in the Discord, and I'll stick it on. You can put it in the Discord live stream or DM me, and I'll stick it on for you.
Odyssey, I love Odyssey, man. You should come over to Odyssey. I'll give you a bunch of crypto and shit.
Yeah,
Like
I'm
a
definitely gonna go over to Odyssey because, like I said, I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna copy link.
Am I able to paste links into your
I'm
chat?
not
Yeah,
sure.
yeah. I've
You
just,
should be able to because
posted
I
a link
think
for
you're.
our
I think you are
YouTube, so
because I think you are a mod, so you should be able to.
yeah. Just posted the link for this Flat Earth YouTube, and I'll just grab one for the Discord if that's all right.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, stick your Discord in there for sure, guys. Definitely go to DP's Discord. It's banging there.
Yeah, we'd like to have the discussions rather than the arguments.
Exactly.
So if anybody wants to come for the discussion, we'll gladly have a chat.
And that's how it's
Here's
supposed to
one
be.
And the one for the Discord is just going in the chat there now.
Awesome.
So yeah, anybody if you want to hop onto the Discord server, yeah, we'll gladly welcome you. And the ethos behind our Discord server is that there is nobody in control. I mean, nobody is given roles. Nobody is. Oh, obviously there's mods and admins. That has to be on a Discord server. But the ethos behind this Flat Earth is that everybody's equal. So nobody has roles. Everybody's welcome to join the VC as and when they want. No pressure to do that though. So yeah, come and say hi.
Is it? I don't see it showing there.
Like for the Discord.
Yeah. It's in Discord. I put it there. Oh, did you put the links in the Discord? That was the BitChute and the.
Yeah, that was mine. Here's
I
his.
posted
There you
this.
go.
I posted the link for the Discord directly into the YouTube chat.
Yeah, I didn't see it there. You might.
Okay.
You might have to stick it in my Discord, and I can quickly.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, there you go.
Okay, guys.
Oh, you done it, Shane. Yeah.
Okay, guys, this is the Discord. Definitely well worth it to go in. You guys got quite a few members already. How much members do you guys have now? 227. That's great.
Yeah, and Shane's. I mean, they're storming like 500 now, aren't you, Shane?
Wow.
Yeah, it's going to be good than that, I think. But we got a lot of anti-flat earthers, so we need some competent flat earthers to balance that out.
But yeah, it's good to see your guys' channel growing so well. Professor Fulbell says, why was it timed out by your mods? I don't know, Professor Fulbell. Maybe you should ask them. Yeah.
Maybe you said something absurd again.
You never know.
Now that would be nothing new for Phil.
I didn't notice that he follows everyone around. I thought I was just my special friend.
Oh, now you don't feel so special anymore. No, Fully's everybody.
Go on.
Fully's everybody, but I must say I do respect his attitude towards everybody. He's not like most other guys, just over talking people and I don't know.
No, right?
He's a
In person,
disrespectful.
he's nice, but in chat, he's the super troll. What's up with that, Phil?
Yeah.
Well, there was one time when he came into another Discord server that I was a member of, and all he could say to us was, "Get your hands off your cocks," which is so funny. That's all he could say. Yeah.
Oh man.
It was hilarious.
Oh. Yeah. So yeah, I think I'm gonna say night to everybody. So thank you all for coming. I do appreciate you guys coming in.
Yep.
Next time I can come in on your guys and we do a stream by you guys as well.
Yeah, no worries. I mean, Hammer goes out every Friday night, so if you want to pop over one Friday,
Definitely.
go out on Hammer's stream, or we can set one up.
Yeah.
No problem.
The problem with Hammer is it's usually the same time I'm live. That's the only issue.
Oh, right. Yeah,
was it
so
when-
we'll set a special one up for you then, Flatzoid.
No, that's what I'm saying. Or we can maybe do a co-stream sometime. We can stream the same time. We can just have the same panels.
Dude,
Yeah,
we can
that'd
totally
be-
rig that up.
We can do that as
Yeah,
well.
yeah.
Because I definitely want to promote Hammer's Refracted Philosophy channel. Definitely
Yeah.
well worth it as well.
Yeah, I'll just grab a link for that as well on the YouTube if
Yeah,
you don't mind.
quickly stick it in, yeah.
Pop the link for that I'll drop it in Discord again.
Yeah, then I'll just stick it over. You must actually,
The links.
you should actually comment in the YouTube, then I can make you a mod, and from now on you'll be able to stick a link in.
Right, I've just dropped the link
Yeah,
for
I've
Hammer's
stuck it in.
channel.
Yeah, I've stuck it in now.
The Discord. And
Okay, Lumpy Gas in the Vacuum says, Flatzoid, I've been asking for a valid experiment over a year, and I asked him, gave me one, and he moved on to another mod asking again. Okay, that's why you got timed out, Phil, because you're obfuscating from backing up your claim. That's it.
It doesn't sound like him at all.
No. No, why won't a Glober make a they'll never make a claim and not back it up. Hey, this Flat Earth, good to see you, thank you for coming in.
yeah, that's me. If you wanna.
Is that you, this Flat Earth?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
mod
I'm
you up, and
in
then
on
you'll be
Flat Earth
able to
channel, yeah.
in future put links in. Okay,
Lovely job.
cool. Okay, I think we are ready. Okay, so yeah, thank you again, DP and Pierre and everybody for coming in. You guys are awesome. I love chatting to you guys. Definitely have to do this again.
Yep, for sure.
Yeah, thanks, man.
Yeah. What others? And everybody else that's come to the chat, thank you for being here. Please, just if you haven't already, hit that like button and the share button. I got links in the description for any way to support me on Patreon or PayPal or whatever, even a merch store. So yeah, thank you again for everybody being here. Tomorrow's not going to be a show. I'm going to see if I can move it to Tuesday rather with Mr. Brian's Logic, because the power's going to go off tomorrow at weird times again. So yeah, I'm going to try and move it to Tuesday. So thank you everybody. If you haven't already, just hit the like button, push the share, because it does get it out to a wider audience. You guys are all awesome, and thank you to everybody that has sent super chats. You guys really do rock. And yeah, thanks guys in Discord again.
Cheers.
Cheers guys.
Catch you later.